The story of Scarlett Johansson is one of ambition, pressure, loneliness, reinvention, and survival inside one of the most demanding industries in the world. To millions of Americans, Scarlett Johansson became the image of Hollywood beauty, confidence, and global fame. She was the actress who dominated blockbuster films, red carpets, magazine covers, and superhero cinema for over a decade. But behind the glamorous image was someone who spent much of her life dealing with emotional isolation, public objectification, relentless pressure, and the struggle to maintain her identity while the world constantly watched her. Scarlett Ingrid Johansson was born on November 22, 1984, in New York City. She grew up in a financially modest household alongside several siblings. Her father worked as an architect, while her mother strongly encouraged artistic creativity and performance. From a young age, Scarlett showed unusual emotional intensity and seriousness. Unlike many children who treated acting like a hobby, she approached performance with determination very early in life. Her childhood was not glamorous despite growing up near the entertainment world of New York. Her family experienced financial struggles, and emotional tension at home sometimes made life unstable. Scarlett later described herself as highly sensitive and emotionally aware as a child. She often felt older internally than the people around her. Acting quickly became more than just an interest. It became her identity. As a young girl, she attended auditions constantly, hoping to break into professional acting. Like thousands of children trying to enter Hollywood, she faced rejection repeatedly. Audition after audition ended in disappointment, and there were moments where the emotional rejection became overwhelming. But Scarlett refused to stop. Her persistence eventually paid off. By the 1990s, she began appearing in films as a child actress, immediately standing out because of her emotional maturity on screen. Even at a young age, directors noticed that she possessed something unusual, the ability to express complicated emotions naturally without seeming artificial. Her breakthrough came gradually rather than instantly. Films like The Horse Whisperer introduced her to wider audiences, but it was during her late teenage years that Hollywood truly began recognizing her talent. Her performance in Lost in Translation became a major turning point. In the film, Scarlett Johansson portrayed a lonely young woman emotionally disconnected from the world around her while navigating isolation in a foreign environment. The role resonated deeply with audiences because her performance felt subtle, melancholic, and emotionally authentic. Critics praised her maturity and screen presence, especially considering her young age. Suddenly, Scarlett Johansson was no longer viewed simply as a promising actress. She became one of Hollywood's biggest rising stars. But with fame came intense public attention. As Scarlett entered adulthood in Hollywood, media culture increasingly focused on her appearance and sexuality rather than only her talent. Magazine covers, interviews, and entertainment media constantly discussed her beauty and body. She quickly became one of the most desired women in Hollywood according to public perception. While that attention increased her fame, it also created emotional frustration. Over time, Scarlett Johansson openly expressed discomfort with being overly sexualized by the entertainment industry. She wanted to be respected as a serious actress, but Hollywood often reduced women, especially young successful actresses, to appearance first and talent second. This tension became one of the defining struggles of her career. Despite those challenges, Scarlett continued choosing diverse and emotionally demanding roles. She worked with respected directors and appeared in films ranging from emotional dramas to science fiction and independent cinema. Movies like Girl with a Pearl Earring, Match Point, and Her demonstrated her range beyond glamour alone. Yet no role changed her career more dramatically than Natasha Romanoff, Black Widow, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. When Scarlett Johansson first appeared as Black Widow, the character initially seemed secondary compared to larger superheroes around her. But over time, audiences connected deeply with Natasha's emotional complexity. Beneath her strength and confidence was loneliness, trauma, guilt, and emotional isolation. Many fans believed Scarlett brought humanity to a character that could have otherwise become one-dimensional. As Marvel films exploded into global cultural dominance, Scarlett Johansson became one of the biggest actresses in the world. Fame reached levels almost impossible to escape. Every relationship, appearance, interview, and decision became headline material across America and beyond. But enormous fame also came with emotional cost. Living constantly under public scrutiny created exhaustion and privacy struggles. Scarlett Johansson's personal relationships frequently became tabloid stories. Her marriages, divorces, dating life, and private experiences were discussed publicly with relentless attention. Like many women in Hollywood, she faced constant judgment about aging, appearance, motherhood, and career choices simultaneously. At the same time, she increasingly spoke out about issues involving gender inequality in Hollywood. Conversations about equal pay, objectification, and female representation became important subjects during her career. Scarlett Johansson was among the actresses helping expose how differently women were treated inside the entertainment industry compared to men. Despite criticism and controversy that occasionally surrounded parts of her career, she remained professionally respected because of her consistency and emotional intelligence as a performer. One of the most emotionally important moments in her career came through the film Marriage Story. Her performance as a woman navigating divorce, emotional exhaustion, and the collapse of a relationship received widespread acclaim. Many audiences felt the role carried unusual emotional honesty, perhaps because parts of it reflected experiences she herself understood personally. Over time, Scarlett Johansson gradually transformed from Hollywood's young beauty icon into something much more respected. A mature actress, producer, and businesswoman who survived multiple eras of entertainment culture without disappearing. This transformation was not easy. Hollywood has historically treated actresses harshly as they age, especially those who become famous very young. Many careers fade once the industry no longer views actresses primarily through youth and appearance. But Scarlett Johansson successfully evolved beyond that system by focusing on performance quality, emotional depth, and professional control over her projects. Her legal dispute with Disney regarding the release of Black Widow also became a major moment in Hollywood business history. Scarlett challenged one of the world's most powerful entertainment companies over financial agreements connected to streaming releases. For many Americans working inside creative industries, her decision represented artists standing up against massive corporations during a rapidly changing entertainment landscape. Outside of acting, Scarlett Johansson gradually became more private and protective of her personal life. Interviews over time revealed someone increasingly cautious about fame itself. The energetic young actress who once dominated celebrity culture evolved into someone more focused on stability, motherhood, and emotional balance. What makes Scarlett Johansson such an important figure in American entertainment is that her career reflects many of Hollywood's biggest contradictions. She experienced enormous admiration while also dealing with objectification. She achieved worldwide fame while struggling for privacy. She became financially powerful while still facing unequal treatment inside the industry. Her journey represents both the opportunities and emotional dangers of modern celebrity culture. Very few actresses successfully remain relevant across multiple generations of Hollywood while transitioning from child actress to respected adult performer. Scarlett Johansson managed that transformation while carrying intense public pressure for decades. And perhaps that is why audiences continue to remain fascinated by her story. Because beneath the fame, beauty, and blockbuster success is someone who spent much of her life trying to protect her real self from an industry and media culture constantly trying to define her identity for her. In many ways, Scarlett Johansson's story is not simply about becoming famous. It is about learning how to remain emotionally human inside a world that often treats celebrities like products instead of people.